is Teneca. Thank you for joining me on this yet another conscious rant. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe.
Got the kick.
Hi. We are on a water deficit. Yes, yet again. So, yeah, it's morphing. It's a thing. Anyway. Anybody ever told you that you have a juicy booty? So, another one of those, I was supposed to be going somewhere and decided not to go. Sometimes my social anxiety gets high. I find myself feeling very awkward in scenarios and situations and places that I used to not feel at all awkward. I don't know what that means. It just comes and goes. But anyway, did you guys know that they make maybe? I have to catch myself. Oh yeah, that was the weekend that they had their bar. They happened to have all beef hot dogs, right? All beef hot dogs. Like I see it. But no, cause in the other recording, like you was fasting. Remember that was Ramadan. I really just be looking at myself. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. I was sitting here watching this show, and I remembered when I was just a teenager going to this school. I'm not even going to say the school name anyway. There was a boy that had such strong feelings for me, and I challenged them because in my household, a display of love came through in a fit of passion. It was a violent display of love. And my mother separated from my father, and they eventually came back together. And so I thought that because I could not shake this guy. I couldn't shake him, and I just didn't feel good enough. And so I was trying to get him to not have feelings for me, to not love me, to not see anything good in me. And I hit him. I hit him in his chest. Like, I didn't bruise his face or anything like that. And I'm not justifying it. I'm talking about learned dysfunction. Something that I thought would work, because I was just like, this guy would be so embarrassed if he really knew, like, all of the things that I had come through. I was blaming myself for things that had nothing to do with me. Temptuous energy. I somehow bewitched several people. I was just a child. My beauty is what it is as an adult. As a child, with a lot more innocence, without a trained tongue, I didn't even know how to defend myself. I knew I couldn't physically. But this gentleman, and he loved me unconditionally. But I felt like you can't love me unconditionally if you don't even know me. You don't even know me. He didn't know me. I find myself doing that. Well, I don't do it now, but like in my 20s, in my 20s, no, I wouldn't hit a guy. I'm not going to hit you unless I'm defending myself. But I no longer engage in relationships that could ever provoke or ignite that type of display of defense or so-called love. That's not what drove the guy away. What drove him away was my words. He didn't care that I hit him in his chest, and I hit him in front of a whole bunch of people. Because I knew, I was like, that's going to humiliate him. It's going to make him angry. He will flee from me. And then I won't have to explain that this is what's happened. This is what is happening. I haven't seen that type of love in my adult life. But I'm looking at this show and I was reflecting on it. That this lady, she saw the darkest, worst part of this man's, excuse me. She saw the darkest part of him, and she wasn't afraid. And it was frightening to see. And I know that if that were me in person, I would be like, oh my God, like you literally just grew horns and fangs on me, and you could rip me to shreds. But she reminded him, you are not your traumas. The sum total of what makes you up. It's not the things that shaped you into what you are. You have become what you are because you survived. And in the manner that you survived. And I trust you. I trust myself. We should trust ourselves. I don't want to hear about friends in low places. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about your demons, except for that you overcame them. And if you're struggling, then that's something that couples talk about. You know what I mean? People talk about it. Because in the freedom that you should have in a relationship, this is another side of yourself. There's no part of yourself that you should be rejecting or hiding from someone that you claim to love, or that you claim or that you believe loves you. Like if you really love this person, you know what I mean? Like if you love them, then, look, I got all kind of stuff. If you really love someone, we show up differently. The love makes you want to show every aspect of yourself to a person so that you know that it's real. Like you love this version of me, this image that you have of me in your head, but you don't even know me. Like you don't really know me. To say that you loved me, to say that you love me. I said that, well, I only said that to one person in my whole life, but I expressed it to other people in other ways. And meanwhile, not even realizing that I was depriving them of the beauty in myself, but I was listening to my intuition. Like there's something about you that lets me know that I'm just not safe. That's something that's also a guiding light that we should not ignore. We should not ignore. I might not know what it is, but now I know to trust my... Should I have my money? So my son was climbing my forehead. I ain't laid no edges, but I mean, he was on my shit. I was like, hey, don't get it messed up, kid. Look me trying to hide my forehead now because he shouldn't have said that shit to me, okay? Let me see, what's the test? I still got forehead left. Before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And coming to you live from the cupboard. Hi. Oh. Hi. How you doing? Hi. It's me again. So I remember whenever I was I want to say it was before my grandfather passed away. So I might have been like 8 or 9. And there were some kids that I finally got permission to go to the store. I finally got permission to do it. And with my friends, without my sisters, without my parents. And I was only like 8 or 9 years old. And we lived by the lake, right? And so there was a 7-Eleven that was right in front of an apartment complex. It used to be called Lakeshore Ridge Apartments. And they are not today what they used to be. They're not that. But anyway, I'm still busy in the kitchen, so I'm going to put you back up in here. Oh, her busy. I don't want you to see my mama shit. Okay, no, that's not good. Okay, I'm just not. Anyway, I was tempted to steal because some other kids were stealing. And I'm going to say between just the literal conviction of taking something that wasn't mine. This is not about Jesus. It was not about my parents. And that's what I was trying to say. Like, it's just that the genuine golden rule. It's not organically seated in all of us. And again, that's how you can tell who's who. Not necessarily because you're tempted, or because even if I had given in, it's like, do you ever evolve past the idea that was the right thing to do, or that you could escape punishment? Anyway, so I went and I got some Now Laters, got some Laffy Taffy, like the banana old school, the fat chunky square Laffy Taffy. Like they changed them into something easier for people to put in their mouths today. But anyway, I got to that counter and I put a 7-Up pop. I still love lemon lime 7-Up. Like, it is like my shit. Well, now I'm like, it used to be ginger ale, and then it turned into ginger beer. I like the Fever Tree ginger beer. It's very high content, like concentrated ginger. It is so good. Anyway, but back then it was 7-Up, and so I put 7-Up on the counter. 7-Up, and I had a bag of Cheetos, like the crunchy Cheetos, and I had the other stuff in my pockets. My pockets was full of Now Later and Now Laters, the candy apple green, or was it watermelon? I think the watermelon was the pink ones. Anyway, I had that, and I had that Laffy Taffy. And that man, that cashier, I didn't know that he had just gotten beaten up, because I didn't know what black eyes look like when someone gets a black eye. And so I genuinely thought that he had on makeup. I didn't know. He saw me and he just looked at me. He just looked at me and he was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You are not like these other kids. I see them in here all the time. And I've seen your father bring you in here. I've seen your mother bring you in here." And I was like, "Yes, sir." As I was emptying my pockets, putting that candy on the counter, I was like, "Yes, sir." And he was like, "And I know the other kids can they make it look fun. But let me tell you, when they get older, this is what they do." And he showed me his eyes. And I was like, "That's not makeup." It wasn't a month of October, so, sometimes they get festive around the little elementary school. I used to go to this elementary school called Wiley Post Elementary. I really feel like the aliens and the angels were all up in that place, because they had an outstanding, the part of their program and their studies, their curriculum for the children. They had a very high, there was a high focus on the solar system and on aliens visiting us. They had a whole program, and I just remember it, and I loved it. But anyway, he touched me with that, and it's like I had never done it before that, and I never did anything like that after that. That was just so, it woke me up, and I was just like, so people get older. Well, there was a time one of my grandparents accused me of stealing something that someone else in the house stole, because we had been allowed to come and live with that particular grandparent, and after my parents split, man, People don't realize that children grow up, and the child's mind does not stay a child's mind. So when you misdirect a child, when you negatively influence a child, when you manipulate a child, thinking that like the child might not know what they're being coerced into at that time, I know better. Anyway, I was accused of stealing, and I even got swatted. I got my hands squished and cramped up, and I did retaliate. I went and I took like 220s out of this specific grandparent's wallet, and I didn't even want it for myself. I didn't give it to my mom or my sister. I took it to school and gave it away. Bought a bunch of candy and gave it away. Didn't keep anything for myself. Got my ass torn up when I got home. It was all bad, different, because it's not necessarily justifying what I did, and I'm not trying to now, and I wasn't then. Like I didn't even try to speak up for myself. I was like, yeah, I didn't. I didn't give any backstory, and I did not care what anybody thought about me at that point, because they'd already shown me that they thought other stuff that was completely like not even true about me. So I genuinely did not care. Today I care. You cannot defame me or slander me and think that there are no consequences for that. But likewise, I'm also not putting myself in compromising situations either, where someone can say that I'm doing something. It's the kind of situation where when someone tries to name you as a liar, thief, whore, anything like that, anything that is not an accurate reflection of you, or for me, it's not an accurate reflection of me, I will have introduced my real self to so many people around all the people who are lying that you basically call yourselves out. But that before we even get there though, I just want to encourage people, because I remember that experience when I was just 8 years old. Like a year after that, my grandfather passed away. You guys know I learned that wasn't even my grandfather. Like I have an entire family, an entire side of a family that I know nothing about. I might not even put this in there. I might not even upload it, because I genuinely want to know. I know that my mother is largely the largest contributor to, and my father, and no one can take away from my father what he and my mother deposited into me and my sisters. But I will say, I know that we are different. It's a very obvious, clear difference. And I try not to compare myself to other people, because I have so much that so many others didn't have. Loving parents that kept it 100% real with me and my sisters. And that makes you show up differently in the world when you're raised, someone asking you, what is your motto for determination?
I will not give up. I will succeed. In Jesus' name, amen.
Like, I learned that before my baby sister was born, and I'm 4 years older than her, and it stuck. I learned how to do some origami with some dollar bills. That stuck. I learned many scriptures in the Bible. It stuck before the age of 4. So there's a lot that was deposited in there that's very like firmly checked me and my sisters morally and spiritually. And it's like you can't get that. I mean, you can get it from anywhere, true, because there are a lot of adoptive mothers and fathers and foster parents that nurture the minds of beautiful children, beautiful minds. And these people grow up to be law-abiding citizens. Speaking of law-abiding, like, I want you to know, for any of the single parents, male or female, when you come on hard times, and if anything happens, you get into spats at work, spats on the softball team that you maybe play on, those things are not a reflection of you. Like, that's not the sum total of what you are and who you are and what you're capable of. Because I know a lot of single parents, male and female, that say their spouses were in the military or their spouses were like in the oil field, just that they had money. Families that came, men and women, I say men and women because there are female and male service members. And people who are successors of, their grandmothers and grandfathers' estates. I'm just saying, well, I can't sleep at night without holding you tight. Boy, each time I try, I just break down and cry. Pain in my head. Oh, Fantasia on you, but I'm not going to do it, okay? I'm not. Okay, bye. Anyway, there are some people that will try to like catapult themselves. Like, I won't say catapult because you earned what you have, but oftentimes those people did that on the necks of their spouses, the people that actually raised the children, the people that deposited all of the good in the children, that taught the children their manners. These people will flaunt their money, but know that you were not there for the child's first words. You didn't train or even catch the first steps. You didn't potty train anybody. You didn't teach the manners. You didn't teach the child how to speak. You were just hoping that child would say mama or dada, knowing that you had deposited nothing in there. And I'm not saying that you don't still deserve to be called that if you are that. But to the ones that are like the weeds growing up in the most unlikely places in the middle of concrete. What you represent is a conqueror of a sort and an overcomer, and not everyone does. This is not for the faint of heart. Being a parent, being a nurturer, being a teacher to children and their precious minds. There are a lot of parents and spouses, former and current spouses, that it can be a very thankless job, which is why you should be doing it for the right reasons. Because my children take turns coming to me like, Mama, I know exactly what you meant when you said that now. Mama, I'm so sorry that I did, said, acted, all of that. And I was not looking for that. I wanted it when I was younger because we gave it to our mother, but I was like, I don't hold a candle to my mama. Like, I don't know a lot of people who can though, because she really was and is extraordinary. So anyway, I just want to leave you with that. Okay. My conscious rants are changing. They're evolving. They're evolving. Has someone tried to tap in with me on that Instagram account that got hijacked by the 405-996-0101? I haven't heard anything back from Instagram, and I did submit the ticket, so I did file the police report, so I don't know why I haven't heard anything back. Yeah. Maybe I'll inherit that once the person that took it, that stole it, maybe once they go bye-bye, or they disappear and go overseas or something like that to try to escape that crime, maybe I'll inherit my Instagram account back. I don't know. I want it back. I do want that back. But it's okay if I don't have it back. I've lost a lot more substantial things than an Instagram account. I just seek justice. That's the other thing. It's like, I am a very passive person. People call me passive aggressive. Passive aggressive in that you can't put your foot in my neck, like I'll kick your ass. I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm going to take up for myself and defend myself. Like, that's the thing that people mistake just because I am a little bit spiritually inclined or I'm considered conscious or spiritual, that means that I'm only talking love and light. I totally believe in the backhand to the person that has earned it. The person that would push someone or bully someone in my presence. Like when you're defending yourself or you're defending someone, what is it supposed to look like? How many fights have you lost that you didn't even raise a finger? You didn't even lift a finger. You got bullied out of a job. You got bullied out of a complex. You got bullied out of a house. Hell, sometimes you can get bullied out of a relationship if your partner is not vigilant. The people just listen to anything. They listen to anything, which takes me back to the 7-Eleven store. That experience with the Now Laters and the Laffy Taffy. that I ended up spending. I didn't even spend $5. Like, I got all that stuff for only $5. Everything that I had, $5. That covered the cost of the bag of Cheetos and the bag of Cheetos and the 7-Up, and the one pocket had Now and Laters, and the other pocket had Laffy Taffy in it. Hooked myself right up. And my hair, this is temporary. This is temporary. My natural hair is long, and it is thick, and it is like this. It ain't this long. Actually, it actually is. It's not this thick anymore, though. I can't say that. But anyway, I like it. It's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid for right now. I'm nursing my hair. Remember I showed you guys one of the braids months and months ago. Well, like it was cut down to the scalp almost. So that means when I wear my hair down, you see it. If I wear my hair up, you see it. When I try to wear it in an afro, you damn well see it. So I'm nursing hair right now. I got a recipe, a formula. Fix it right up. It is coming along, but it's not where I want it to be. But anyway. Baby, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Can you high five me? Okay. During the fall equinox. What is the moon? What is it? Are we really, is it Ed TV? What is it called? The one with Jim Carrey where he looks up and he's like, I feel like I'm being watched. Have you ever had the feeling you were being watched? Excuse me. Is it even legal to do that? Like, is it legal to put a camera in someone else's home or in someone else's car without their permission? What is that even called? And like, what is the penalty for that if someone does that? I mean, in this case, the Truman Show. It's the Truman Show. I almost didn't say it right. Okay, so it's the Truman Show. When he looked up and basically he realized that he was on a live stream, like TV show, and was not getting paid nobody's money for that, baby. But in the end, he just had to take a leap of faith and walk through a door and ask for what he wanted. Tell me the truth. Can you tell me the truth? If you can't tell me the truth, I'm willing to walk. That's the edge of the earth. I'm willing to walk right off of it. Also, okay, so isn't it funny that before Christopher Columbus and them rolled over here to the Americas, that every model depicting this planet reflected a flat earth? None of them were a ball or egg earth. I learned in the Nation of Islam. I had never heard about the wobble. Yes, it spins on an axis, but there's a wobble and it's shaped like an egg. It's more of, I guess that would make it a sphere then, because it is flat. At least on one surface of it is flat. And then someone turned me onto the show called The Expanse, and it's like, is that real? Because they say that they put the truth right in front of us. But anyway, I'm just saying, if you go back and look at all of the different depictions of what this planet looked like, and people would seriously try to argue this shit without even trying to get the formula to prove that it's actually flat, I'm inclined to believe the ones who mapped the entire solar system. They mapped Antarctica before they had the equipment. And I'm talking, these are nations and different cultures all over the world that did not have the means to communicate with each other. Graphed with pinpoint accuracy the solar system. Many islands are on maps that haven't even seen the light of day in thousands and thousands of years. Those people who did that with that intelligence, that knowing, they were right about that. They were right about their discovery and their measurements. But we doubt, for whatever reason. Before the Americas, no one thought that this place was flat. It makes me look at this place like, is this an entire fucking experiment? What is it? Is that why our metric system is different? Why? Why would it be like that? But I understand the reason why those questions are not answered so easily. And if you ask those questions in the same manner in which I'm just allowing my mind to roam, and I'm sharing the roam with you, right? We are roaming together right now. But in other, in some debates, in scientific debates, these are theories that you would be met with harsh opposition. Harsh. Well, can you prove it? Can you prove it? I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. Before I even talk about how many miles, what is it? I think it's at 8.6. Eric Dubé, which I love you. I love him. I love anyone that tells the truth, anyone that dares to tell the truth. I just absolutely love them. I love them. Okay. I will come back to all of this because mommy's waiting on me. She awaits. Tell me what you think about the hair. No, I ain't got no edge control on. I don't have nothing on because this is not the final look. But I do like it. And when I wear my natural hair down, no, I usually wear my natural hair very poofy, actually. I'm not even going to lie. Because I just love big hair. One time, this chick tried to diss me and she was like, looking like motherfucking Shaka Khan. And
I was like, bitch, you picked the wrong thing to try to insult me with. Because Shaka Khan is a goddess, bitch. What are you talking about?
Thank you.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you for watching. Oh, I'm already in, so man, what's the song if I'm already in? I'm already in. I'm already in. Bye.